There's no holding back, of course, with the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex and, of course, cable TV actress Meghan Markle. In fact, later on this year, she plans to go very public with this to show exactly who is the bigger person. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your company today, and as ever, do take care of yourselves. I'm so glad, by the way, that you've enjoyed some of the sights that I've been able to show you from Brighton. I'll just pop down there to do a bit of filming. What a wonderful place. And if you do like your royal history, I know I often say this, but if you come into London, go there, because there's a lot of Regency history, you know, and the royals also flocked there. They were the ones that really made it popular, you know, because it was all about taking the air, the waters, you know, being good for you. And then, of course, with the advent of the railways, poor people like you and me, you see, could then have a day out and enjoy that air. It's always back to the money, isn't it, in the end? But they lead the way. But it is a beautiful town, some wonderful architecture, and Victorian buildings and all that sort of stuff around there. And you kind of think, wow, it's lovely to see that they're all still remaining. And do you like those seaside sun traps, you know, on the front with the Victoriana, where they sat, you know, you can imagine ladies with parasols and men with top hats sitting there just taking the sun very gently, can't you? So different today, isn't it? Oh yes, back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now, when you think about it, of course, it's difficult, isn't it? Family feuding, whatever you want to call it, particularly when you have very big events coming forward, because big events really signify a thing, don't they? Do you invite the person? Don't you invite the person? Where'd you go with it? All that sort of stuff. As we saw recently with His Majesty the King's official birthday, Trooping of the Colour saw no invite, of course, for Meghan Markle and his youngest son, Prince Harry. And that must hurt, whichever way you look at it. You have to say it's kind of hurtful because, you know, whatever, you know, I'm not saying this is from King Charles's side, by the way, but it's just hurtful on both sides, isn't it? Because you've come to this point and those celebrations you can't really get back. Years pass, and then you have to look at it and say, was that a good idea? Should you be so stubborn? That type of thing. But Meghan Markle, you see, is a master, many people might suggest, in self-advertising, promotion, publicity. She knows the value of keeping herself out there. Even way back at the start of her very short tenure as part of the British monarchy. Remember how badly behaved she was at that garden party where she simply just didn't want to stay because in her celebrity mind, and you know, you have to remember, minuscule celebrity mind as well, she felt she turned up, done a piece, and that was it. People had seen her and that was it. She could now get off. She was bored, didn't want to meet the rest of the people. Well, with the lack of invite to Trooping of the Colour and of course the recent birthday, 42nd birthday of His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Prince William, Meghan Markle plans to go all out and very public with this personal invite to Prince Harry's forthcoming 40th birthday this coming September. And it's interesting when you think about it, because obviously her plan, and obviously one would suggest also her new team, as ever, we have to say allegedly, think that this shows them to be the bigger person. There you are, we're giving you lots of advance warning where it will be, what it will be, and it's entirely up to you. Now, how will this play out? Well, obviously, you know, there's going to be two sides, aren't they? It looks bad if he's snubbed, but of course, if he goes, how difficult will that be? And, you know, could you really say, and truthfully, that Catherine and the Prince of Wales would travel all the way over to California for a birthday party that a couple have literally treated them so badly in the public eye? But as ever with Meghan, it's never about what she thinks or wants or whatever. It's about how it pushes her brand forward, and particularly as we go into the fall season and she'll have everything to play for with that Netflix cooking show. The idea basically is to say, well, look, I'm the bigger person, here I am offering you an invite, it's entirely up to you if you want to come. And then of course, as we all know, and as ever we have to say allegedly, play the victim. It's going to be interesting how this pans out. Will we know publicly whether he said yes or no or politely declined? Either way, this is truly an ongoing story. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.